Hi, and welcome to the final game in the regional in Malmö, Sweden. This is Veldrin on the Galactic Holonet, and today you'll be watching Mårten on the left, and you saw him before in the semifinals, which he won. And on the right you will be seeing Kasper, who you've also seen before if you've seen my previous battle reports. He won the store championship at the same location, and that report is on my YouTube channel as well, so check it out if you haven't seen it. Mårten is flying Soontir Fell with Push the Limit, Royal Guard tie, hull upgrade and Autothrusters, together with Rear Admiral Chraneau, Predator, Ysanne Isard, Gunner, Rebel Captive and engine upgrade. Kasper is flying big Darklighter, a blue Squadron pilot with the E2 upgrade, so he has a Tactician on board and fire control system. He has two Bandit Squadron Z95s and a rookie pilot X-Wing. It's listed is kind of similar to the one he won the store championship with, but this one has one more ship and a little less firepower. Kasper's, with his 5 ships, if he manages to concentrate fire on the enemy decimator, he might be able to bring Chraneau down very quickly here, but I'm guessing Mårten is going to use the engine upgrade to good effect here and boosting out of arcs with Chraneau, making sure he takes as little damage as possible and hoping the rebel squad will go for Soontir Fell, and Soontir will probably try to stay at range 3, pick enemy ships off one at a time, and living with his Autothrusters and turtle up defense with focus and evade, and then eventually get around them and try to just slowly pick them off one at a time. And if he can have Soontir Fell left at the end versus 2 enemy ships, Soontir is probably going to do this pretty well. And if Kasper is getting through those green dice of Soontir, Chraneau will be hard pressed to do enough damage quick enough before he loses his hit points there, since 5 or 4 rebel ships can quickly go through those hull points of the decimator. Kasper's plan will probably be to decide one of the enemy ships and go for that one, and if he can get through Soontir quick enough with like 3, maybe 4, depending on if it's the Z95s or not that are left, he should be able to take down Chraneau as well. Or if he decides to focus on the decimator first, as long as he doesn't lose more than 2 ships, the rest of the rebel swarm should be able to either block Soontir to make sure and catch him without focus evade, or just cover enough arcs to make dodging impossible for Soontir. So we'll see, the asteroid placement will be pretty crucial here, because if there's room enough for Chraneau to maneuver, he can use that engine upgrade to very good effect. So while they're setting up the asteroids, we can talk a bit about the tournament. It was a great day. We had 32 people pre-registered, and 2 of them emailed in the night before. They were sick, so we ended up with 30 players. 4 of them had buys from store championship wins, which meant we had an even number sitting out the first round, so no one had to be forced into a buy. Only the 4 super buys from for the winners. We had a very big diversity of squads. You can see it on this juggler. There were no fat Hans, a bit surprising. There was only 1 double IG-88, but besides that it was a pretty even spread between Rebels and Empire, and a little less scum than the other ones, but I guess that's because people haven't really gotten used to them yet and didn't feel comfortable bringing them onto the regional season here. We had players coming in from northern Sweden, far away as like 4-hour drives, and they're going by train from Gothenburg or Stockholm down to Malmö. We had a lot of Danish players, as we always do, just coming across the bridge from Copenhagen. And we had one player from Poland, and it was a great show. You know, he came and he placed very well. Masche, if you're there listening, great to see you, and I hope we'd see you again next year. Okay, so we're on to the squad placement here. So Kasper is setting up his rebel swarm up in the upper right corner here, his right hand side of the map, and there is that corner is free of asteroids. So the asteroids are in like a triangular shape in the left bottommost part of the map here. And well, speaking of the map is custom made for the winner. So whoever wins this game gets to take this one home and use. So those are the C95s, the B-wing there, and the rookie. And here's Biggs, and he's hiding behind everyone else. True heroic rebel fashion, using Biggs that way.
They voted down the French star.
Yeah, French star. Typo.
So yeah, that's my little pony star.
Okay, so we're on to Mårten's deployment here. So he sets up Chraneau in the opposite corner here. Might go up past that bottom asteroid to the left there, and then one bank in, and then just have a straight line to the enemy squad if they're moving slow. And sets up Soontir more or less in the middle there between the rocks. He can just go head on if he wants, or try to just run past the enemy squad. Well, we'll see. He's reconsidering his placement maybe.
And it was an inside job. How else could a farm boy?
Okay, so it looks like he's happy there. He can go forward, and he can then bank left, or he can just hard turn left to go up, or hard turn right to follow behind Chirpy there. So we're on to the dials for the first round of the finals. While they're setting their dials, I also want to do a shout out to Killer Aardvark, or Chris, for his awesome Cryodex software that we used flawlessly. Okay, looks like we're all set. There's the handshake, and the game is on. So Kasper is moving up his squad slow here, trying to buy time to see where the enemy ships are going to move, and he can just bank slightly to the left, and he has a nice pass there in between the top rocks.
Is it Biggs in the back?
Så hans fremtids jeg predestinator tilbage. Impregnator sig selv. Som bliver til sig selv. Det barn, der kommer. Jamen det er bare incest, når det er bedst.
And we're on to Mårten here, so Chraneau goes first, one straight. And I'm predicting a one left boost there as well, and he'll have a perfect path between those. There it comes. So now he can just go straight forward. He can go slow, or he can go quick in a boost, depending on how quick he wants to reach the enemy formation there next turn. And just a two straight with Soontir, playing it safe. He could hard turn left or right, I guess, maybe next turn. Maybe not right. He might land on the asteroid there, or he can just go really quickly forward or do a bank. So he's just focusing there, and the first turn is over. And as they set their dials, let's just have a quick look at how they got to the final. So let's start with round one. In round one, Mårten faced a 3-star Viper build with Chisel, Veteran Instincts, Autothrusters, Advanced Sensors and the Virago title, Guri with Predator and Autothrusters, and a Black Sun Enforcer, who also had Autothrusters. And Mårten actually lost this one. 35 to 100. And I remember seeing how all three of the Star Vipers managed to gang up on Soontir and bump him, and quickly took him out, and then made short work of Chirpy after that. In the second round, Mårten faced a dual IG-88 build, the only one we had, and it was B with manual cannon, Predator, advanced sensors, inertial dampeners, and Autothrusters, and 88C with heavy laser cannon, push the limit, Autothrusters, advanced sensors, and IG-2000. And in that game, Mårten also lost Soontir very early due to a bump and actionless defense. But then Chraneau, with the engine upgrade, managed to outmaneuver and stay out of arc of the IG-88s and managed to take them both down. So he won 100 to 35. In his third round, Mårten faced a 4 Sigma Squadron pilot list, so 4 Phantoms, and well, Soontir's archaeology and Chraneau's heavy hitting made short work of them, and Mårten won 100 to nothing. In the fourth round, Mårten faced a squad consisting of Soontir fell with Push the Limit, Omicron group pilot with Darth Vader crew, and Whisper with Veteran Instincts, Advanced Cloaking, Fire Control System and Gunner. And Mårten managed to pull that off and lost Soontir in the way. And in the fifth and final round of Swiss, Mårten faced a squad with a Blue Squadron pilot with the E2 mod, a Tactician and Fire Control System, Core and Horn with Push the Limit, Stealth Device, R2D2 and Fire Control System, and a Gold Squadron pilot with Iron Cannon Turret, a bomb loadout for a seismic charge, and the R5 Astromech. And that one, he pulled off pretty cleanly and won 100 to nothing. And as you've seen, Kasper's moved all of his ships just one straight forward there, slow playing. And Mårten is sending Chraneau 2 straight forward, closing in on the enemy squad. A boost here might give him a range 3 shot on that bottommost Tala, or Bandit squadron, I mean. I guess that's what he's thinking about. And then if he could get Soontir within range 3 as well of that ship, taking 2 shots at it, then he might damage it severely, or might even take it off the board. He decides not to boost and just focus. And then it's Soontir, and it's another 2 straight forward there, slow playing as well, trying to get as much information as possible as to what Kasper is moving his Rebel Swarm there, and I guess he will just focus up again. No risk in boosting in there and getting a lone shot with Soontir. Could be that he's planning to barrel roll here, setting up his next moves. If so, he's thinking about barrel rolling to the right, because then he could hard turn to the left or bank to the left, or he could just go up straight between the center 2 small asteroids. I guess that's what he's thinking about. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like a barrel roll to the right here. So, and as the players go back to dials, I'll have a look at Kasper's way to the final. So in the first round, he faced a squad with Tenam, Mangler Cannon, Draw Their Fire, Jan Or's Fire Control System and the E2 mod, Hobby Clivian with the Stress Bot, R2A2, and Big Darklighter with Stealth Device and R2D2. And Kasper pulled that one off, 100 to 25. In the second round, Kasper faced Dash Rendar with the Heavy Laser Cannon and Outrider title, Push the Limit, Engine Upgrade and the Calcutarn build, and along him he had faced Core and Horn with Veteran Instincts, R2D2 and Fire Control System. And that was a bit closer as Kasper won 100 to 64. And in the third round, Kasper faced 3 Blue Squadron pilots with advanced sensors and 2 Bandit Squadron pilots. And in the Battle of the Rebel Swarms, Kasper won 100 to 37. And in the next round, he faced Soontir fell with Push the Limit, Autothrusters, Stealth Device and the Royal Guard. title, and then 5 obsidian ties. And in that one, Kasper lost 76 to 26. And then in the 5th round of Swiss, playing to try to make the cut, he faced Boba Fett with the heavy laser cannon, veteran instincts, engine upgrade, navigator, and 2 cartel spacers with mangler cannons, hull upgrade, and the heavy thick title. And Kasper won that 100 to 25, which put him in the 4th place with 7 more MOV than the 5th place. So he was really by the hair that Kasper squeezed into the cut at top 4. So you've seen here, Kasper's banked his squad toward the center of the board. And Mårten is moving slowly there, 1 forward with Chraneau. And now he's deciding if he should target lock, and he's trying to target lock, the closemost Z there. And now the interesting move here is Soontir. He's going to try to stay at range 3 here from the front B-wing and C-95 and hopefully not have a shot at the back fighters there, only the front ones, so he only takes 2 incoming shots if Kasper decides to shoot at Soontir there. Okay, let's see. For this turn, I think Mårten is pretty happy, but the tricky thing is what should he do next turn here with Soontir. So maybe he was thinking about barrel rolling or something to get into better position, because it looks like he's about to joust with 5 rebel fighters, and might not be the best strategy here, but he turtles up. So he's got a focus for offense and a focus for defense. And we start to shoot here. So he's shooting at the C-95 that Chraneau has target locked here. Looks like 2 hits and 1 evade and 2 focus. And Kasper's thinking if he wants to keep the focus and take 1 damage here or spend it. You never know until after you roll the dice, so tricky question here. Yeah, he decides to spend the focus and no damage. So Chraneau is up at the same target, and that looks like just a focus. Predator, I guess, here. And 2 hits and a focus. And since it's range 3, Chraneau's ability does not trigger. So 3 green dice and 1 evade, it looks like. So he's losing 1 shield from that Bandit Squadron. Okay, so let's see if the middle row can reach. Doesn't look like it, so it looks like it's just the front B-wing and the front C-95 that has shots here. So I think we're beginning with the B-wing on Soontir. So it looks like 3 hits. And fire control system kicks in, and Autothrusters kicks in, so 3 evades. So it's the C-95 that took 1 damage to its shield, that shoots back at Chraneau here, range 3, so 2 versus 1. Gets the stress from Rebel Captive and 2 hits, and the focus, so 2 shields off from Chraneau there.
And it's 12 all and 4 shields.
So we're going into the planning phase here, and let's see, the question is here, who should move where? So I guess Mårten is going to turn Chraneau either just forward or to the right, and trying to boost behind the rebel swarm there. And well, Kasper could try to hard turn left 3 with the C-95, trying to block Chirpy there, or just 1 bank slightly to the left. Or 2 maybe, with the outermost fighters there, and try to catch him in arc. Or he could just go really fast forward, trying to bump Soontir, and keep all the other ones going just 1 straight. Because Biggs is also coming into play here now that next turn Biggs will probably have to be targeted by Chraneau, which means Kasper can be a bit more unconcerned with his other fighters. Mårten's main concern here is probably where to move Soontir, because he does not want to get bumped here when you know, potentially facing the fire from 4 rebel fighters if he bumps the 5th. So he could do a hard left here. He's stressed, so he can't. Well, he could do a 3 hard left, try to get out of arc from everybody if they're just moving forward there, or he can do a 2 hard left and then boost and barrel roll away, or barrel roll and then boost, depending on whichever is best for his positioning, to avoid any shots. Or he could just move 2 forward and hope all the enemies don't get in his way, and then boost barrel all the way. That'll be tricky. It'll be interesting to see what he picks. Okay, here we go. This is a important movement phase here. So he 3 banks with the outmost bandit there. Might bump Soontir if he just goes forward or banks a bit. Focuses, and the B-wing goes just 1 straight, hoping to catch Soontir actionless there if he manages to bump him. Pretty good plan. See if it actually comes to fruition here. The other bandit does a 2 bank to the left there, so he probably won't be able to bump Chraneau there, and Chraneau is probably just flying past him, so that bandit might be very much out of position here. The rookie X-wing goes just 1 straight as well, hoping also to catch Soontir actionless, and then we have Biggs, also a 1 straight there. So I'll see here. This will be very interesting to see how Mårten has planned his moves here. Okay, yeah, Chraneau's powers ahead here. 4 straight, which takes him clean away from the headhunter there, I believe. He might actually need a boost to get really past. I guess he's checking arc there. It looks like from here that he's already clear, which means he could focus instead of using engine upgrade.
Jeg går oftest tid, altså der har man sådan helt sådan minimum kvarter til spare, altså på 75 minutter, for 60 minutes fra til næste. Det er godt at træne 60 minutter, fordi du skal træne alle dine automatic reflexes til. Så det bare sidder
Okay, so it looks like he decided to boost, probably to set up a better chance next turn. And then it's Soontir. Let's see. Okay, he's moving the target lock. Okay, that was a mistake. I don't think he should have been doing that. We probably missed that. Probably fatigue kicking in, as Kasper didn't say anything either. So they just like, it took so long for the boost action, so they kind of forgot that it was the action. And okay, and then so he just moved 2 forward with Soontir there. So he avoided the bump, but he's like in a very precarious situation there. He's got like 4 firing arcs on him, so he could do a right boost and probably only have 2 the X-wings shooting at him. I think that's what he's thinking about. Yeah, he's boosting to the right here. And that is... Oh, he bumped at C95, which might have had arc on him, so that's going to be a tricky decision later on, if he has arc or not. And there's the amazing TO trying to fix it, that's me. And I'll be back into this here in a bit. So, first of all, we have Soontir settle down. and he evades and gets focused from the stress, and then we're into the combat round.
So he doesn't have a shot. No, that was on Leeds. Okay. Okay. So Chraneau, yeah, has to shoot at Leeds. Range 2, right? Or is it range 1? I think.
So Soontir had no shot, and now Chirpy on Biggs. And let's hope this target lock. Ooh, well, he's got Predator, so he could have. He shouldn't have had target lock there, so this is kind of sad if it matters. But let's see. So he's got a reroll 2 instead of 1, which he should have been allowed to. So and the crit. So he got one more hit than he should have had, since that target lock was a mistake and nobody caught it. And let's see, Big's defense roll here. And he got an eye, so he uses his focus to take about one of the hits, so he loses his shields. He should have had one left. And then we're into the shooting phase, and here's another problem. They're forgetting Big shoots first here, so they're going to go directly for the Bandit Squadron that might not have arc or might have arc, depending on how we decide, because the ship was bumped. So they're trying to decide based on where the ship is right now, and it could go either way here, and I'm also watching it as a video here because I know what's going to happen here. And they can't really agree because it could go either way, so they ask me to make a ruling.
Are you both fine with the roll off? Kasper's not. Of course, nothing. Not bad. Now you can force me to make a call.
I mean, here's the thing. He was. Yeah.
If he wasn't anything, he was further.
So since Mårten was the one who bumped Kasper's ship when he moved Soontir, I ruled that the Bandit Squadron has a shot at Soontir, because he might have had. I can't be too certain, but since Mårten made a mistake, that's how I decided, and 3 hits. And Soontir comes up with 2 evades and a focus, so Mårten needs to decide if he wants to keep his focus or not, because he still has incoming shots from both X-Wings. And I think he should keep the focus, because he's got hull upgrade, so 1 hit isn't the end of the world, since it's not a crit here. And yep, that's what he does. He takes 1 hit and saves the focus for the remaining shots. So they're going to continue, and hopefully they remember that it was Biggs who was supposed to shoot first, but we'll see here what it does. So I guess I call Biggs now, range 2 there, so 1 hit, and uses the evade token. And then it's the X-Wing at range 1, so 4 dice here versus Soontir's 3. And they're going to reroll the one that landed on, so it's 1, 2, and he gets the stress from the stress spot there, and 1 evade and 2 eyes, so he avoids all the incoming fire but gets double stressed. Well, he already had 1 stress. So we're back to dials then, and let's just hope that that mistake by moving the target lock to Biggs won't matter here. Well, we'll see soon enough. Okay, here we go. So the Bandit Squadron does a K-turn. 3K there. Probably get a shot off at the decimator perhaps. It's stressed. And then we're moving the other bandit. And that one is doing a hard 2 to the left there, bumping into the back of Soontir, but potentially getting a shot at Soontir, since Soontir can't make any actions this turn. The B-Wing hard turns 2 as well, bumping into his own. headhunter there, and he will probably not have a shot at anyone here. Then we have the rookie pilot, and he's doing a 3 hard turn. Oops. So Kasper is keeping the stress on his ship here, just get into a better position next turn, and then he 4 straight, trying to get as far away as possible with bigs here. But it looks like he's going to bump into the B-wing. I guess they're going to remove it and see if they can make it fit or not here.
How do we do it now?
The North remembers. The North remembers.
So Biggs bumped there, and Chraneau is coming up behind him here, so this will probably be the end of Biggs. 4 attack dice there with Chraneau's credibility. Target lock, and Soontir is doing a 4 straight, clearing 1 of the stress tokens, but he's still actionless, so he's facing, I'm guessing, 2 shots here from the C95, so he's in a pretty good position despite being stressed here, because neither of the 3 attack ships can shoot at him. So I guess Mårten is pretty happy with that.
One is yours and one is.
Oh, is it? No.
He put one and then you.
Yeah, you're right. So Chraneau shoots at range 1 and takes.
We have Chraneau shooting at Biggs, 4 versus 2 here. And that's like 4 hits, so poor Biggs is probably going down here, and yep, he is gone. So the bottommost Bandit here is shooting at Soontir at range 3, so looks like 2 hits, and one of the damage cards were face up, so he needed to fix that. So 1 and 2 from Autothrusters, and Soontir is still only 1 hull down, and range, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 there, we'll see. And nothing, so maybe 1. And Soontir evades again. And back to dials then. Okay, here we go. 1 bank with the X-Wing there, clearing the stress. The interesting question here is, where does Soontir go? Does he go left? Or does he go right, trying to cut past those trailing rebels? 2 bank to the right, clearing stress with the Bandit squadron there. So if Soontir goes left, he might have a shot. The other Bandit is doing a 2 straight. And so if Soontir can just do it too hard to any, probably to the right here should be the better one, and then boost. And we'll see the too hard by the B-wing, and he clears that as well, so he's got focus and target lock, so if he can shoot at Soontir, it might be dangerous. Chraneau banks to the left, 1, staying close to the rebel swarm, and still out of arc there, so focus. Since Soontir might not have a shot here, We'll see how he does. He does the 2 hard to the right, yeah. And clears the last stress. So let's see if he can find a way to get out of as many arcs as possible. I think a barrel roll to the right and forward, and then a boost will take him past them all, but Mårten decides to boost first here. Might be a mistake, because that means there might be arc on him still from the B-wing, who's got both target lock and focus. So he decides to barrel roll away through push to the limit, which will give him stress and a focus for defense here. And then he's set up pretty good for the next turn with a hard 2 turn there, or just a 4 forward to get away. We'll see which one he does. Maybe a 4 forward next turn to have Chraneau hunt the rebels while the rebels are hunting Soontir. So Chraneau shoots here at the B-wing, and looks like a range 1 shot there, so 4 dice versus 1 green. And let's see, he's got a predator roll there, and then he uses his ability, so 3 hits and a crit, which means he loses 4 shields on the B-wing, so only have 1 shield left. And the B-wing is targeting Soontir here, so 3 dice with, oh, he asked a little Akbar figure there for luck. So 3 hits here and he might get through. Target lock, and focus, so 3 hits, so there's a chance here. And that means, oh, 3 natural evades. Soontir is on fire here. And then we're checking for the Bandit Squadron there, and looks like wave 3 as well. And 2 evades with the focus, or 2 hits, and Autothrusters, and well, Soontir is still safe. And the front rookie X-Wing there uses the stress bot to double stress Soontir again, which means I'm guessing for a 4 forward next turn from Soontir to get out of dodge. Looks like 3 hits and 3 evades. Those dice of Mårten are really hot. So the rookie X-Wing hard turns 2, trying to keep arc on Soontir, keeping his own stress, but as long as he can shoot Soontir, he will also stress Soontir, so that's probably well worth it. An actionless Soontir might actually be a hittable Soontir. The Tala, 3 hard turns, also trying to get arc on Soontir there, and well, he could turn 2 to the left, but it doesn't really help him there, so I'm guessing Soontir is doing a 4 forward here. And the other Tala also 2 turns, and setting up to chase Soontir next turn. The B-wing follows suit there, and he's the dangerous one here if he survives the fire from Chraneau. And Chraneau does a 1 straight, doesn't want to chase them, but maybe try to cut them off as if he moves up Soontir really fast. So he can turn left next turn with Chraneau there. And yeah, Soontir does a 4 forward, clearing 1 of his stresses, but he will be facing at least 3 shots. 2, 3 attack powers and 1 from the Tala there, without any actions. So Chraneau is going to try to finish off the B-wing here. The B-wing needs 4 hits, and well, he can't there's a possibility of a crits, but
Focus.
yeah, spends his focus after the Predator reroll for 3 hits. And a focus, and he spends it, yeah. He needs to make sure the B-Wing survives. Hopefully one more turn to get as many shots at Soontir as possible.
Where are the good dice? Yeah. Oh, come on, baby. Range 2. So, stress.
Okay, so here comes the B-Wing then. Deciding on range here. Here comes that amazing TO. That's me. And we'll see what I decide. So we're going to hold them down, and we can see if we can fit the range 2 ruler there. And we can't, so it's going to be range 2, which means there are no Autothrusters, and Soontir might be in
Okay, B-Wing.
danger.
Yeah, I'll put out another one.
So it was a range 2 shot from the B-Wing, which means Tactician gives Soontir stress, but that also gives him a defensive focus here, so that's probably a shot with the X-Wing first here, but still 3 solid hits, and spending the focus for another evade, so 1 more hit for Soontir, and he's down to his last 2 remaining hull here, and he might not survive this. And looks like 1 hit from the X-Wing only, and 1 evade. And he did not decide to use the stress spot there because he doesn't want to give any more defensive focus. And 2 hits from the Tala, and 3 evades from Mårten there, so his green dice are definitely on fire here. It'll be tricky for Kasper, because next turn he just might lose that B-Wing, and with that the chance to actually punch through Soontir's defenses. Okay, so starting with the rookie pilot, he's going to chase Soontir here, 3 bank, still keeping his stress, and he's actually bumping, well, it doesn't matter since he keeps the stress. He bumps into Soontir, hopefully he's keeping him in arc. And the Bandit Squadron pilot is next, and another bump it looks like, 3 straight. And the other C95, hard turns 3, chasing Soontir here. I'm guessing, well, it's another bump, so it's a lot of actionless shots here at Soontir. And Soontir is probably just going to run 4 straight, maybe 3 bank. No, 4 straight because it's green. And the B-Wing does a 2 forward. And hopefully be able to catch Soontir there through the rock. Chraneau does a hard 3, passing just between those 2 rocks there in center. Pretty good maneuver. And he decides to focus, but he's probably going to try to take down that B-Wing. And Soontir does a 4 forward again, yeah. Getting as far away as possible, hoping for range 3, so Autothrusters can help him, even though he still has 1 stress.
Be merciful.
So Chraneau range 2 on the B-Wing, and that's 3 hits, or 2 hits and a crit from Chraneau's ability, and the B-Wing, well, he can't really survive this because he's got 1 hit already. So he spends a focus, takes a hit and a crit, and is taking off the board. Which means Soontir only faces 1 3-die attack, and is probably going to survive this.
Come on, guys.
So 1 hit, 2 evades, and the other Bandit Squadron, 1 hit and 2 evades, and now with the rookie pilot firing last because he wants to stress Soontir here again, yeah, and avoid giving him the focus too early. Still looks like a range 2 shot, so let's see if we can get through here. Just 1 hit, that was range 4, range 3 I mean, so Soontir is still safe.
When you get like these, almost impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Kasper is hard turning 3 here with the
Eyes on it.
rookie, and he ends up on the rock there. That's not good, but it's just, well, no damage. But Kasper is running out of options here because he's the Bandit Squadron's Bandit Squadron pilots. They won't get through Soontir's defenses, so he needs to take out Chraneau while he still have 3 ships as well to quickly get him down. And I guess he's going to move for him and hope to bump with the front Tala there, or the front Bandit, but Mårten decided not to fall for that, and hard turns 3 to the left there. And at this stage, Kasper is, trying to hold on with his fingernails, but I think this game is slipping out of his grasp here. So Soontir does a hard 2 to the right, clears one of his stress tokens. Maybe Kasper should have sticked with him and had at least 2 range 2 shots now, one with the X-Wing and one with the Bandit, but I don't think he has any shots at Soontir now.
Number 10. We'll shoot at number 10. Range 2. Yeah.
So Chraneau on that Bandit Squadron,
Roll that way.
2 hits, Predator, 2 hits still, and focus and on the floor, so re-roll that die. Looks like nothing. Takes 1 shield, 2 shields. Forgot to spend the focus, but okay. So Kasper might have, decided just to play the game, but realized that there's not much he can do right now. Okay, so the Bandit does, the stress belongs to the X-Wing. And the Bandit does a 2 bank, trying to get in the way of Soontir. So maybe that's what it does. It was a ruse, everything there, turning in and then turning back out against towards Soontir. Maybe you can get a bump there and get at least a 1, maybe 2 range 2, or maybe a range 1 shot here on him. Keeps the stress on the X-Wing. And a 3 hard turn with the other Bandit. So yeah, if you bump Soontir there might be a real slim chance that he could take out Soontir, and then there just might be a game here, even though Chraneau is, it's only lost 2 shields. And boost to get in range here from Chraneau. Soontir clears the last stress with a 2 bank. It's a hard 2, so he's going to bump. He's running into that Bandit, which means both the X-Wing and the other Bandit will have targets or shots at Soontir, and the X-Wing will be in range 1, so that'll be 4 dice. So Kasper might have a shot here. I mean, that's the trick with Soontir, like, he's really powerful, but the second you bump and lose your actions, you might just be done for. But we'll see here. We're going to start with Soontir shooting first, so he just might strip the focus from the Bandit, but that's range 2, or he'll take a range 1 at the X-Wing, trying to get as much damage through, and perhaps even a crit, you never know.
We'll shoot at an X-Wing at range 1.
He's going for the X-Wing here, range 1, 4 red dice. 4 natural hits, looks like. And when the dice are like that, what can you do? And 1 evade, so 2 shields and 1 damage. And it was a crit, so it was... We'll see if we can figure it out.
Okay, then sure. If you can shoot at anything.
And then it's Chraneau. So we have a range 3 shot from Chraneau here through the asteroid.
I'm going to check the laser as well. I don't think so. In his range. Straight to the mall.
I don't know where it is.
If he's targeting the X-Wing, and I assume he is. Just double checking here for the rock. Yeah, it looks like a rock from here. And I remember that that's what I
How much it
decided.
Two left.
So 3 versus 3.
Oh, two. Yeah, so we'll shoot it.
And looks like 3 hits naturally there. Mårten is rolling dice well and no evades. And that looks like the X-Wing
They're not for sale. I bought them there.
is
They were very
gone, which means that range 1 shot on Soontir will not happen.
Oh yeah. I should have 4.
Minus 1 agility, but through the rock.
Yeah, I should have 4.
Yeah, roll one more. Sure. We'll probably figure out what it was.
Okay, so he rolled 1 green die less than he should, so he got to roll it there, but it was a blank, so it didn't matter. So now we'll see if the Tala Squadron can have a shot at Soontir here at range 2. Looks like 2 hits with focus and 2 evades, of course. So we have the first Bandit Squadron. Does a 3K turn here, trying to get shots at the enemy here, but those 2 tactics, well, they will get through on the decimator, but Chraneau has only lost 2 shields, so it looks pretty grim here for Kasper, and another K turn. Chraneau sweeps in with a 3 bank here for the kill here. I don't think Mårten is overly scared any longer about fighting the shots from the rebels here, as only 2 of them can shoot at him. And Soontir does a fave forward, trying to get as far away as possible. And boosts to the left. Nope, there's a rock there. So he won't fit, which means he'll do it the other way then. And then I'm guessing he'll turtle up. And then we have a range 2 shot from Chraneau on that top Bandit, and using his ability and the focus, so 2 hits and a crit, 1 evade, so the Tala is off the board as well, so there's only 1 lone rebel ship left. And the Bandit Squadron here shoots back, gets a stress from rebel captive, and nothing. It's really not Kasper's day with dice here. At least not in this game.
I also had people training me. Yeah.
So he does a 4 forward with the Bandit Squadron there, hoping that he'll bump Chraneau, I guess, or he only takes fire from Soontir, if any. Let's see what Chraneau did a hard 2, yeah. So he will just bump into the Bandit Squadron.
I think he's going to bump right.
Yes.
So you can move
Then Soontir hard turns to the right, so clears the stress, and he will have a rock between himself and the rebel ship, and it might be range 3 as well, which means there are no chance whatsoever for the Bandit to land any hits. We'll see. So yeah, 2 versus like 5. With Autothrusters, it's like impossible, so there's no point. He can't get through since he has Autothrusters and 1 evade token. So let's see if Kasper manages to get any more shots off here. Looks like a 2 bank to the right there, right in between the decimator and the rock. Clearing 1 of the stress tokens away. And then, oh, he actually landed on the rock, but he took no damage. Chraneau goes bank 1 to the right, so he might have a range 1 shot, perhaps range 2. Soontir does a 2 bank, clears the stress, and I'm guessing that's just going to be a boost. Well, it doesn't really matter since the rebel ship is on a rock and can't shoot, so he just might say, oh, I'm fine where I am. So Chraneau on the Bandit here, just look like range 2, so 1 hit, 1 focus, and Predator, so 1 hit and a crit, and 1 evade, so he takes 1 shield off. And he does a 3 hard turn to the left here, trying to just stay alive, keeping the stress. And the decimator does a hard 2 to the right, taking just past that rock, and that means he's got a range 3 shot there, focus. And then Soontir does a 3k, gets stressed and focused, and then let's see if he's got range on the, there it looks like a range 3 shot, and 1 hit, 2 hits, with 3 hits with a focus, and 1 evade, so 1 shield and 1 damage card, and that means it was a crit as well, and that means that Chraneau can finish everything here, and he got 2 hits and 2 crits and a hit with Predator, and that's game. So congratulations Mårten for the regional win here, and well played Kasper to making it all the way to the final again. Last time he won at the Store Championship, and I'm sure they'll be doing well in the next tournament they go to, which probably will be regionals in Copenhagen. Maybe they'll meet there, and then Kasper will have a chance to get even. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you watch my other online battle reports, and hope I can bring you more as we have more tournaments coming up soon. So this is Veldrin signing off.